Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and wherever you may be, it may be the night time, so good night if you're on your way to bed. But anyway, stamp collecting is fun, and I'm going to have a little look at Germany today, I thought. But before we get to the stamps, we're getting there, aren't we? 20th. I think we started on the 8th, so there's 12. We're up to 12 so far, so that should mean there's another 8 to go. What have we got here? Well, George is, I'm afraid, is blocked in by all this stamperology. And, tea's ready. Talking of tea, I didn't do a tea, did I? Let's see if I can add a cup of tea slowly and quickly. How about that? There. He's got his cup of tea there. So all is well. Adolf the Mouse is there. So I hope you're having a great day. We'll put that aside for now and we'll get down to the bones of it all, which is my Germany collection. And I did buy this stock full of Bundespost stamps. So that area, that era, if you will, of Germany. And there were so many of them that I reefed loads out and just kept one of all. And then I decided to do them yearly. But also I sort of ran out of room, and the trouble with stock books is they're never big enough. And just when you get it all sorted, another lot of stamps come in and you haven't got the room. So at the beginning I decided to put in what I considered to be unusual or different stamps that don't fit in with Bundespost, but that I need to keep as possibly in as good condition as I can. All of these, by the way, are from Arts and Crafts. So that one I came across yesterday, which gave me the idea of just revisiting Germany. 1887. Possibly not, in the scheme of things, that old, but it is for me. Well over 120 years old. Well, almost 130 years old. So then I started then with the 1951s. And it's unusual how some things are more or less common. Some years are more common or less common than others. So 51, there's only one series, it seems, that I've got. I have not really gone out there to collect any more, just as they come in. 52, just a couple, and 53. That looks modern to me. I'm not convinced. AI gives me where they should be, what years they are. I'm not convinced about that, because it looks a bit modern. Doesn't it to you? I don't know. Colourful. 54. These heads here, so many of them. And it was full of these. There'd be about 6 of them and 8 of those. So I would, pull them all out and put them in an envelope, actually, as spares. Big old envelope too. Though it seems to have been another one has come in and I've put it there, maybe just for safekeeping. And also I've kept, sometimes there's little bits and bobs that are a little bit different. I mean, that is not a stamp, that's a print. And that's like a pair there which got International Frankfurter, which is quite nice. Just before that is Bundespost. This one here is Bundespost. I did think it was East Germany, one of the early East Germany ones, but it turned out not to be. And more. We won't tally too long today, because the sun is shining and I want to make the most of it. There was rain last night, so maybe there's going to be a bit of a break. This is the sort of area that the other stamp maybe belongs to, I'm not sure. 1963. Beautiful stamps. This is an embossed one, so you can feel the bumps on it, which is quite lovely. Come on. Dear me. Oh, forget it. We'll go to 65 instead. So this is quite a full page. So the further I go in, the more stamps. And afterwards, the less room I have for that year. So when 1965 comes in, there's no room left for it. Also, on some of these stamps, there are little numbers on the back. Not sure what they mean. Some people get excited about them. I don't particularly, but I thought I'll leave them there, showing the number, even if just for an aide-memoire to remember that it is an actual thing. It's a thing. Now these covers, they can get a bit crinkly. Something has happened, something scientific, maybe damp or something has come in, or maybe it's left in the sun. Not sure, maybe it was left open like this and the sun got on it, I don't know. 72, of course, was Munich, the Munich Games, München. So you'd expect some of their stamps to be sports thematic, and here we have 5 at least, possibly more. No, 5. That's the World Games. I don't know. Actually, by the look of it, in Heidelberg. And it may even be, the Special Olympics. Remember the Special Olympics that they had? Because this guy seems to be in a wheelchair. So, yeah. So that's quite nice. I think the Special Games always follow the main Olympics. I don't know. I'm maybe making it. I don't think I'm making it up. And I don't even think it's called Special Olympics anymore. I think it may be called something else. And apologies if I've upset anybody with my old man way of naming things, because words do change. I do like these art ones. I do like art, and I do collect a little bit of art. So it always gives me inspiration when I see art appearing on stamps, particularly modern art, rather than the old Caravaggios, etc., which I'm not against. I do think they are fantastic. I mean, it's like a person stood there. Ooh. So there are gaps, and they are not in order either of year. They're in order of year, I hope, but not of. Here we have some more of these, but not in order of appearance. Yeah, plenty of room for more there. This was a section on its own. Women in German history from 1986 to 2003. That is when the stamps came out, not the women. They invented women before 1986. So there are a number here, not that many that I'd heard of, but I wouldn't have because I'm a Brit, aren't I? Now this one I had, and everybody's heard of, Marlene Dietrich, possibly the most sultry and greatest American actress, singer, iconic figure of both World Wars. Yeah, and an international star. And I think left Germany to move to America on the cusp of the Second World War. So, yeah. Oh, here she is again, so 110. Yeah, I've kept the thing there. Also, we see the centrum coming there, the brief centrum, whereas here we've got the Berlin. I do like towns and villages sometimes, and even cities appearing on the cancels. I think it's so much cuter and better and more worthy and more collectible. These basically are like sheet, blocks, you call them. 1984, 1985. For some reason, I put 2 here. Oh, I see why now, because of the. It's got the edging. A lot of German history, a lot of German people. Yeah, So then we come to 1988, and then what I'm doing now is storing Deutsches Reich. I do have files and folders with, the war eras, but for some reason I've tended just to leave them in here. I think I don't want to. I don't know, is the answer. I think I've just been distracted over the last few months with other things. That's quite nice. 4 cents China. And this is Germania, so this would be Deutsches Reich. Oh, no, it's up to about 1918, something like that. Probably from 1900. But I've got a folder, and I've been through the folder on YouTube with the Germanias or Germanias. And that's nice because China was opening up a little bit, and everyone had a little piece of it, including Britain, including Germany, including France. And then we got these. I do love them because they're all different, aren't they? They're all like, wow. You just cannot come to an end of a collection of these with all their marks and all their uppings and downings and stuff. Inflation gave us some fantastic stamps and some fantastic overprints. Not nice for the people, but quite nice for philatelists or stamp collectors. Is that it? I think we have one more page here where I'm getting into heirs and spares, but also there's this here, which I've found. I don't know what country it is. Is it Deutschland or is it somewhere else? It looks a bit Greek to me. I may have to... No, I'm not going to keep it. I'm going to leave it there for when I'm bored. And I'll actually put the AI on it or the Google Lens and see where it belongs. So that's just really a nothing video today. A bit of a Nothingburger. Just to go through and just reacquaint myself with Germany. A Nothingburger. I think I may call not a Frankfurter or even a hamburger. A Nothingburger. I hope you're having a great day. We've done 13 minutes. We'll go a little bit further. We'll just go back maybe. I think I had taken a lot of... Did I have some Adolf stuff? I'm sure I had Adolf the Mouse in here somewhere. '86. Yeah, look at these here. Gebiet. So that's Saarland. I think Hitler walked into Saarland and freed it. Sudetenland, maybe. I think it's on the border with France. It may be part of France now, but there's a crossover. People there speak German and French. Yeah, I think I've moved everything else out. Okay, that's it for now. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great day and go back out in the sun. I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.